Hey everyone, so we're going to start a series on the Bible, what it is and how we use it. And to start off, I want to sort of try to give us a bigger understanding of what the Bible is than maybe the typical understanding we have. Something I often hear is that, the Bible is God's love letter to you. Oh, isn't that nice? And even people who don't say that would maybe still see the Bible as something we go to it to get sort of warm emotional fuzzies, get inspired, and it sort of carries us through the rest of the day with the warm fuzzies. Um, and I want to sort of humbly say that the Bible is more than that. It is bigger than that. To be clear, love is part of the Bible. When you read the Bible, you're going to learn that God loves you. That is true. In fact, the love is a major theme of the Bible. That is also true. I'm not denying those things. However, we are reducing the Bible to something smaller than it is when we say it is only God's love letter to you. Okay? So I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I disagree with that statement. Number 1, the Bible wasn't written to you. Nowhere in the Bible does it say, this is written to Joey, to Susie, blah, blah, blah. It does say, certain letters say to the church of Corinth, Corinthians, to the church of Ephesus, Ephesians, this sort of thing. It was written to actual people who lived a long time ago, who lived in actual places with specific problems and issues they were dealing with. And the reason this is important is because the authors were trying to say real things to real people at that time, and it was a message they were trying to convey. And if we sort of skip over that original message right to our 21st century, we're going to miss something crucial, I think, and we'll get to more of that later. Number 2, the Bible isn't meant to just give us warm fuzzies. Certain parts of it, if we're going to be honest, are boring. Look at certain laws in the Old Testament, it just gets boring. Certain passages are confusing, like passages on people being predestined. Like, what's that all about? And that can't possibly be true, can it? Certain passages are disturbing, like the judgment passages, especially of the Old Testament, God just judging Israel. Like, oh my goodness, this is terrifying. And that is because the Bible wasn't just meant to give you warm fuzzies. It is multifaceted with so many emotions and perspectives and things going on in it, and sort of why that's the case I'll get into in a second. Number 3, I want more from the Bible than just sort of a love letter written to me. Learning that I'm loved is great, but I want more than that, because ultimately, if the story begins with me and ends with me, if it's just a love letter to me, about me, telling me good things, encouraging things about me, that is a small story, and I want a bigger story. I want to be caught up into a grander narrative of the world. God's interactions with people from the beginning through the middle to now and beyond into the future. I want to be caught up into something that makes me larger than myself, that is larger than just myself. And the Bible is exactly that. And that is sort of the reason, going back to point number 2, why certain passages are to us seemingly boring or confusing or even disturbing. Just because there are so many things going on in the world, so many different people with different problems and situations, many different emotions, and the Bible encapsulates all of this human experience and interactions with God. And this is the story that we enter into as Christians, with the help of the Bible. More to say on this next week.